Hey.
Woo! Welcome to Conversations with Celena. We are live and we are on time. Yay! I'm
Yay.
super excited about tonight, y'all. I'm probably streaming because I'm so very excited about tonight's guest. I love her. She is such a blessing to me. And so we're going to give you all a minute to please share, and we're going to take a moment to do the same thing. So while
Yes, share.
sharing, please share. I'm going to play the actual advertisement that I ran for this particular event. So let's see here.
Share, share.
Please share. Sharing is caring.
I'm sharing.
I think this is it. Oh, thank you, thank you. So
Thank
that is
you.
proof that I have to work on the background because it did not show black because I don't want you to see us during the commercial. So it is something that we're learning and we're working through.
That's all
But I
right.
love that commercial, so I hope that you all did as well.
Thank
So
you.
yes, let me share right now because I was trying to get the background on. So just one moment. Aletha, I see you. I already know that you're sharing. I already know. We don't even have to ask.
Thank you.
Did you get it to your page, Mamita?
I did.
Okay, very good. Oh, there we are. Okay, look at that.
Oh, comfortable girl.
Yes. So I'm so excited. Welcome to Saturday night, 8 o'clock Conversations with Celena. There's so much that has been taking place, and I'm super excited about it all. You all know that this month has been confidence. And if you don't have any by now, you should. And if not, that's okay because we're continuing to work on it as we go. So each month we will have a different one. There you go. Thank you. And hello,
Hello.
beautiful. So we're working on confidence as we go. Each month is going to hello, Carolyn. Oh my gosh. Now I'm really smiling from ear to
Hey,
ear.
Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn.
Oh, my
Ain't that
goodness.
something? Oh my goodness gracious. So we love you, Carolyn.
We
So each
do.
month we're going to have a different affirmation, and this month is confidence. But also, what is super exciting is that this is Pastor Connie Lyons, and it is her very first live interview since
Woo-hoo.
her book release,
Yes.
bestseller
Yes.
yesterday. Yes. Oh,
Thank
look,
you.
there's
Thank you.
Jeannie. Hey,
Thank
Jeannie.
you.
Yes, so
Hi, Jeannie.
welcome. So, do you want to take a moment and just say hello to everyone, Pastor Connie?
Wow. I would definitely like to first thank you, Celena.
Oh,
Conversations with Celena. Thank you for inviting me to my very first live interview on your platform. A beautiful platform. Thank you, all the guests. Thank you, all of the Facebook, YouTube, all those that are tuned in on tonight. And I just pray that you are blessed. I am honored. I do not take it lightly to be on your platform. I am so super excited about what God is doing. And again, I pay homage to you, my sister, my friend, for allowing me to share this platform on tonight. Thank you.
yes, thank you. So, we're going to just so that we engage our um, audience before we jump in, we're just going to go over and see who's all with us so far that are in the comments.
All right.
All right. I would. Oh, thank you. Thank you. She said she switched to YouTube so I could get my.
Hey, I miss you, Carolyn.
Yes, she says, y'all, I miss y'all.
Oh, we go way back.
Way back. So Alita says, congratulations.
Thank you, Arlita.
Love you both. Miss Linda says, hello, ladies. Hello, Pastor Connie.
Hello, Linda.
Yes. So thank y'all so much for joining and continue to share. That way we can have more people that's sharing, that's hearing about the confidence, that's hearing about the releasing of this awesome book and that we're about to learn about ourselves. And so with
Yes.
yes. So hold on one moment for me. Put this down. So I want to thank you for coming on here. I want to thank you for all of your encouraging words throughout this process to get to conversations with Celena, because I without those late nights, I don't think we will be having this conversation live. As a matter of fact, I know we would not be having this conversation live on YouTube
Oh,
and
we
Facebook.
spilling tea now.
We are spilling tea. Look at, I have my tea in the cup that you gave me.
All right, and I have this cup, and I'm going to get ready to spill some tea. So I'm gonna get some hot water. It is piping hot. What we're going to talk about is some hot, juicy, good stuff.
Some
Not
hot,
gossip, good stuff.
good stuff. Yes. So
Woo.
tell us, how did you decide? How did you come about writing this book? What
Woo.
prompted you to become a contributing author of In Command?
Well,
And shout out to Tess
Celena.
Timms. Woo, shout out. Yay. Congratulations,
Yes.
Mama Tess.
Tess Timms, I tell you what started it first and foremost. It is Tess Timms. You know, we've been friends, best friends for 30 plus years. And she told me about the book, Celena, and I didn't want to do the book because fear. I didn't have confidence, number one, since we're talking about confidence. I didn't have confidence to share a chapter. But she encouraged me and literally just pull me out of me, you know, pull me out of the self, the doubt, the feeling like I can't. And so that's what prompted me to write the book now, you know, the
Mhm.
chapter. It's 17 of us, and I'm a contributing author to the book. If you guys don't know by now, it's In Command. The visionary author is Tess Timms. So she prompted me to really go for it and kind of tell my story and then stand on it. But you know what, Celena? And I think you and I talked about this. I knew I had to write a book. And there's a book, let me tell you, this book is coming soon, the whole book. But I was afraid. I didn't have confidence that it would touch somebody. And
Mhm.
so just I give all honor to God and I give honor to Tess for just really pulling it out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you said that there's 17 other.
Yes, 17 authors. There's three expert authors, I do believe. If I'm not sure, I'll make sure I get all that correct. And contributing authors, expert authors. But well, amazing story. And you know,
Mhm.
Celena, I want to share this with you. When you do a book collaboration, that was so hard. It was so stressful. But I'm gonna tell you something. It was amazing because once I heard just a little bit of their tea. Oh my God, I didn't think my tea was so bad.
Right.
And it really blessed me. So it encouraged me and gave me some confidence to
Mhm.
know that, you know what, all of us got some tea that we
We
really
all
don't
have
want,
tea.
that we don't want to spill,
It
but it need to be spilled.
needs to be told. Yes.
So, and I always say, if my tea ain't hot enough for you, there's 16 more pots of tea. 16 more hot pots of tea that I hope, you know, to be a blessing to you.
So even though you started to build your confidence during the process, were you ready to quit or were you just determined? I know you
Oh my,
said,
let me tell you something. Ready to quit? I quit several times. I pulled out. Oh, when I tell you I quit so many times in these last 6 months, prior, because Tess Towns started coaching me, getting me prepared for the book.
oh,
She
that's
told me,
awesome.
yeah. And so I pulled out so many times. I'm talking about all the way till yesterday, Celena. Yesterday, I was like, I don't care about this book, the chapter, forget it, deuces, I'm out, you know. Yes, no confidence, felt illiterate, stupid, dumb, all of that, stuff going on.
Oh, you really spilling the tea.
Oh yeah, when I tell you I want to spill some tea because somebody need confidence to know that no matter what you have inside, and it could be powerful, Selena, it could be all of God, but without confidence, you throw the towel in, you throw your hands up, you run, you duck, you dodge. And so I really want people to know that even in the last hour, the last few minutes, we were 30 minutes away from telling everybody the book has been released, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
literally hung up the phone and was like, I'm done. Deuces. I want no part. I had no confidence. Fear and anxiety gripped me, Selena, to the point where oh my God, it's not good enough. It's not going to be a great story. Nobody's going to want to hear. Da, 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 da. All of that.
That negative self-talk. You don't need anybody else.
Yes.
Yeah. And let me tell you, they're gonna come. They're gonna come because I just want hold your thought right there. I just want to interject and say,
Okay.
when I got ready to do an event, I'm just gonna name it an event
Mm-hmm.
earlier this week, it was almost like you get this feedback of maybe they call it shade, I guess, or whatever, that you start to question yourself if you should be moving forward. But
Right.
just by being obedient and doing the event, I ended up on the news. It was a short little clip, but
Mm-hmm.
just the obedience gave Conversations with Celena exposure that I wasn't even expecting. I was just out there trying to do the best that I could with what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Then today, I found out I was in the newspaper.
Wonderful.
I
Congrats.
know. Well, it wasn't like I found out. I didn't know when it was going to run, but I knew I had had the interview with the
Uh-huh.
lady. But even then, I got some negative feedback from that about being in the paper. And I thought, you know what? I'm so glad that I am working on my confidence,
Mm-hmm.
because if I did not have that, and if I did not have the people that really believed in me, those that come through throwing shade,
Right.
really make you be questioning yourself. Because I almost on the inside said, is that really true? And I hurry up and dismiss
Wow.
that and
Great.
replace it with, this is God opening up the doors. It's
Mm-hmm.
already been spoken over your life. You just need to walk in it because it's your season, regardless of what other people say, whatever they think, even if they come to me. Because sometimes
Right.
it's too quick to shut it down, because you have to remove
Oh,
yourself from
God.
negative people. But sometimes that little backhanded comment
Uh-huh.
or the straight out throwing shade comes so quickly that you have to say, okay, I'm gonna have to remove myself from this person, but I can't let that seed get watered and
Right.
nourished by my own feedings, because you'll start to dwell on what they said and was like, is that true? And should I
Mm-hmm.
really feel that way? But I said, oh, I'm gonna stand up in my pose, my superhero pose, and I'm like, you got this, and so you just keep on doing what you're doing. And I understand what you're saying when you struggle with that. Am I good enough? Or does anybody want
Mm-hmm.
to hear my story? Or this is the same story that so many other people have come through. But
Right.
regardless of what their story is, your story is unique to you, and someone needs to hear your story.
Well, thank you so much, and that is so true. I had you know what, you said something, that underhanded shade is, oh my God, it is so terrifying when you have people that's really close to you that throw that shade. And it is not them. Sometimes people don't even really realize how they're throwing shade and how they started off. Some people, and I don't know if this happened to you, Celena. Some people start off with you and they like, yay, they be your cheerleader. And then when you get to the part to where you're doing, and then your cheerleader stops cheering
Mm-hmm.
and rooting for you. Now they start throwing shade and they dissing you. The same person that was cheering you on can diss you. And so I was feeling that way. You know, I really was feeling that way. And I didn't share the chapter with many people, but it was the enemy inside of me. I remember Bishop Paul Martin's wife, and they talked about something. It was like the enemy. He wrote a book called The Enemy Inside of Me. That enemy inside of us, it plays a big role in us not going forward. And then you're dealing with that because it's spiritual warfare. Then you deal with the people, the connection, your tribe, your community, your family. And so I commend you for keeping moving. And so I'm so grateful that you continued in your walk with what you're called to do. And so, yeah, we just got to keep moving. And you got to
Yeah.
dish that shade.
You got, I mean, because you have to evaluate the situation. So if you come and tell me something, I know that you are the cheerleader out the gate. And I know you're the cheerleader till the end, not just out the gate, not just at the end, but through the process, right? So if you are telling me something, even if it's coming across hard, it's intended to get me, get me in shape so that I can understand what you're trying to say to me. That's completely different than someone who clearly
Mm-hmm.
may be secretly jealous of you. They may want to be your cheerleader as long as you're not anywhere. But when they see you starting to grow, it's like, okay, hold up. I
Girl,
wasn't
spill
really
that tea.
expecting her. I really wasn't
Spill
expecting
it.
her to do anything. I just wanted her to think that I was right here in her corner. And so it
Spill
is
that
very
tea.
sad that people don't genuinely want to see you be successful. It's sad that
Mm,
you have people that you love that are in your corner that don't even understand how the words that
right,
they say really they cut deep.
right,
And so you can't say in one breath, I love you. And then in the other, you're spewing all of this stuff that is
wow,
very hurtful, demeaning, and belittling, and expect me to hold on to that I love you. Because
right,
anytime you get all that negative thrown, it just
yeah,
negates the positive that you just said. So be careful with your
does.
words and be genuine in your support. So if you don't support me, it's okay, but
That's
don't
right,
pretend to be supporting me
right,
when you really don't. You're expecting me to fail and you don't even think that I'm going to do anything with what we're
right.
talking about.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Selena, because it was like I shared some of this chapter with some people that I love dearly. I shared like a rough draft, and I'm gonna tell you something. When I shared that, I felt so bad, Selena, and I had to have a team to build my confidence. And I thank God for Pastor Mike Ramsey and Lady Terry Ramsey and their daughter Trisha Piazza. Let me tell you something, Selena. They built my confidence. I mean, I literally was in counseling for, like, I didn't want to write the book. I mean, I had a deadline, right? And so I had to talk to Pastor Mike and his wife, Lady Terry, because I knew what I was about to share was something dear to me. And it was something that I needed to express to help people because I deal with women every day that's going through what I went through, 20 plus years ago. And I see it, right? But I had to have counseling because all that stuff came back and it was taking my confidence away. It was
Mhm.
stripping me and robbing me of, I am good enough to write this book, tell this chapter, help people out of a dark place because Life will throw you lemons, but we need to squeeze them and make lemonades. And how do you do it? You can't without confidence where you come from. And so you are so right about that. And what I've learned is if you don't have a tribe, you don't have community, and I'm talking about your ride or die, like you are, you my ride or die girl. All them late nights sharing stuff, deep stuff that I never heard. Carolyn Munns, are you in the house? But anyway, and so we need that. We need that confidence. And I
Mhm.
had to get some counseling. We talked. We I mean, they pushed me through, Celena, because I did not want to do it. And I'm
Mhm.
preaching, I'm teaching, I'm sharing, anointed, but I didn't have no confidence to write 2,000 words. Come on, can we talk?
Come on and spill the tea.
I
Look,
wasn't confident. I wasn't confident that God even healed me from all that mess 20 plus years ago. I had no confidence in God. I'm telling you, I lost it. Oh, and let me tell you, well, girl, can we really spill some tea?
girl, don't make me sit back. Hold up. Let me sit back.
Woo, girl, let me tell
Woo, hold up. I'm about to knock the thing over. Okay, let's relax. I'm
you,
gonna have to get a couch, girl.
Celena, girl, this chapter, woo, girl, I need to turn my air conditioner on because it's been real hot. I need to turn it down to 60. Celena, my confidence was so low. I got mad. I got frustrated. A cussing demon came. I'm going to tell the truth.
Girl, tell the truth.
Girl, the more I was beaten, badgered about these 2,500 words, girl, it was so stressful. My confidence flew out the door. And girl, I just want to talk to some real people tonight. Let me tell you something. You would get so mad. I was so mad and frustrated. Girl, I went to cursing and just being mad and full of anxiety and lost all confidence. I'm serious. I was just angry.
And
I had
cussing.
to repent, get myself together, go back to my pastor and let them counsel me some more and say, please pray for me because this tongue. Well, see, I got angry because I talked to someone about the book and they was just, I'm not gonna say they really downing me, but they was discouraging me from
Mhm.
really telling that little part of my life to where I started getting angry. And I was like, well, why do they think I'm still in it? Because some people think that part of that chapter, oh, she must be in there. She must still be, she's just guilty. And girl, I went on a cursing spree. I'ma spill the tea.
Spill the tea that you done went on a cussing spree.
A cussing spree, girl. But God. Somebody say, but God.
But God. Somebody type in the comment, but God.
I want to quit everything. That enemy got into my spirit, and like I said, I was able to talk to my pastor, talk to his wife, and I just remember one day, Lady Terry telling me, she looked me in my eyes, and she was just like, this ain't you. This is not of God. This is, I want you to really think about, where you're going and what you're doing, and be careful of what you say, and make sure no one gets hurt. Cuss, baby. Make sure no one gets hurt. Make sure that is of God. And I thank God for that. And Celena, you've been with me sometimes where it's late at night. I'm just frustrated, aggravated, lost confidence, wanted to throw in the towel, just mad at the world. And I opened up a spirit. I did. I really did. But God, He healed me, my heart, because what was coming out was no confidence in God, number one, no confidence in my salvation and healing and all that process, to where now angriness, that's not a good word, that's conneology. I was so angry with my past. I'm telling you the truth.
I know.
I really want to spill some good tea. My past started haunting me, and I got mad and I got angry. And that's what the enemy wanted. wanted me to lose confidence, and God had already healed me, delivered me, and set me free. And now some things started raising up from my past to paralyze the promise that this book was going to heal somebody. I just want to help somebody. You know what? It's some real stuff. When you get ready to get deep, 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 deep into the things that God has for you, you're going to have that chatter in your ear that will cause you to want to throw in the towel. And so what was meant for my bad, God turned that around for my good. And so today I watch my tongue, I bite it, and I truly have conquered the fear of no confidence, because along the way I lost it. I'm just being honest with you. I really lost it. But thank God for Jesus. They can't tell me nothing now. I like to say, how you like me now? Back then, she
Look,
was a hot
bestseller, day one, right?
day one out the gate.
Yes, yes, yes.
Look, fell out with my friend sometime. Test Tims, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I was just a bad student. Girl, we would
Look,
have some
Tess will tell you about yourself, won't she?
Oh, Lord
She,
Jesus. Let me tell you, just 2 weeks ago, let me tell you, she was in Gulfport, right? Seeing her dad, and we were talking about the book. And girl, I was like, I do stuff so many times. I told her, she was like, I'm sick of this. We've been friends 30 years, and I'm just done. We ain't got to be friends no more. Girl, it was a mess. Confidence. She wasn't having confidence in me. I wasn't having confidence in her. Show didn't have it in God. I was just like done. But it takes a tribe, Celena, and you helped me through a lot of that, and I thank you for that. Helping me through a lot of the things that I was going through when I was losing confidence. Thank you.
oh, you're so very welcome. And I think that this tea that you're spilling, so many need to see it, because a lot of pastors won't just go and expose it and say it is what it is,
It is
because
what it is. Mhm.
you're human too. And
Right.
we have to sow back into you and the other pastors the way that y'all sow into us. You're going through too. Everybody want to call you. I need you to pray. I need you to pray. I need you to stand in the gap. It's like, hold up. I need somebody to stand in the gap for me sometimes. Can I get a prayer? Oh my goodness. So that's awesome. I'm glad that y'all made it through the
Oh,
process. It is a
yes,
process.
it's a
Life is
process.
a process, but especially when you make up in your mind that you're going to do something, I mean, that process becomes just even more intense, because it's to see what you're made out of.
Right.
It tests you and the people that's attached to you.
You're sure right about that. Celena, and if you don't mind me just sharing just a little bit about the
Go ahead
book
on.
and
I'm
how
fixing to sit back.
I like to share a little bit about the book and why it had me so intense, and um losing confidence along the way. First of all, the book is about my childhood, youth experiences, devastation, a broken foundation, trauma, and development, being unnourished and undeveloped as a young teen, and just really going through some stuff. That brokenness. Have you heard this? And I know you have. When they say broke people break people, hurt people, depressed people oppress people, that is so true. And so that's a little bit about the book. If anyone got the ebook on yesterday and you read some of the story, I had lived with that for 20 plus years. I want to tell y'all the truth. 20 plus years. Because I wasn't confident in who God called me to be. And because my life was so broken in the hot pickle plum mess, you start breaking other people's lives. And the tears that I'm crying now is saying, thank you, God. It may take 10 years, it may take 20 years, but we need to keep moving into the area of being healed and whole. You know, And so the devastation and the trauma and the premature development in my life as a young girl, it carried on from 16 to 28 years old. And that whole lineage, those, 2 decades plus of hurt and torment, caused me to just cause another human being life to be as dark as mine. And I was the older one. I was the mature one, supposed to be. Robbing people of confidence in the right way and sending them or helping them lead them to the other way. And I also like to, be able to help somebody understand that luxury outside of Jesus Christ, I'm talking about have a luxury spirit, a rich spirit, having a wealth of knowledge and security and confidence in Christ. If it's not there, it's definitely not in a man. It's not in money. It's not in a car. It's not in anything, because anything outside of that is wrong. It's going down. It's going to go down. And, a lot of things, Celena, about that happened 20 years ago, but I'm sure you'll find some things in this book that, hey, maybe I just really didn't know that. But I want people to experience grace from this book. And if I can share the chapter, if I don't know if many people got on, girl, let me get myself together. Girl, spilling tea hurts.
Spilling tea hurts, honey. You got
Yeah.
to get ugly when you spilling some tea.
Woo! Girl, I want to clean my nose, girl. Ugh. Let me tell you, the name of the book, the chapter is called Beat the Retreat, Escaping the Snares of the Enemy. As that young girl with no confidence, it's not by happenstance we're talking about having confidence. It could have cost me a great heap of missing out on my raising my grandchildren, raising my daughter, having me in a place where I wouldn't be a homeowner, or I couldn't work for the government, because where I was headed was penitentiary. It's just the truth. And I hope that someone experience grace when they read my story, experience love, and release trauma, and gain confidence in themselves, and let go, and forgiveness. Because the book is really talking about forgiveness and love and compassion and healing. The book talks about a lot of devastation, but at the end of the book, you'll see that forgiveness of your past, and cause you to move forward and to have a lifestyle in Christ Jesus is far more worthy than a lavish lifestyle in the world doing things wrong. The book also will help people to mature from within themselves, because that's what it took. I didn't know I was still walking in some immaturity with unconscious, that I didn't really have the confidence to just even get through that story. And I also, would want the viewers to understand that there's redemption. I thank God that He redeemed me. But I want to tell you, for 20 years plus, it wasn't until I released that book I fully knew that the redemption that God had for me way back when I was 17 years old, because that's when I got saved, it was that same blood that was going to carry me through when people talk about me right now to this day.
Mm-hmm.
When they don't see that story could really be a blessing. And it may not be for everyone. That's, like I said, there's 16 more chapters you can read. But I deal with those type of women every day. And I could never, never, never get to the point 100% to share with them. Because Celena used to ask me, why do you love the women that's been to prison? Why do you love homeless people? Why do you love people that's on drugs? What is your compassion? You never did drugs. And just recently, really being connected to a lot of young women that's coming out of prison on drugs, going to rehabs, putting several. And the last one, I believe she was like, I don't know, 18 years old. This was just like right before Christmas. And I saw that girl's life, just like my life. And when I didn't have confidence that that book would really help somebody, I pulled up, I sent my pastor a picture, I sent Lady Terry a picture, and I was like, oh my God. And God showed me, have empathy. This was you. But on the flip side, I was like, well, God, I never did drugs. But she got into the same place that you were in. It's just by the grace that I didn't let you do drugs. But the addiction is real. I want to let somebody know let me tell you something. Addiction is real. Drug lords, girlfriends, woman, side piece, whatever you want to say, and the drug user is on the same path, going down the road of destruction. You know? And so now I could literally, when I started writing that book, I could really tell those young women, let me help you not go where you're going if you keep going. Let me help you not go where you're going if you keep going in this direction. You going to jail, you going to penitentiary, you going mess your life straight up. You know? And so the tears that I have now is like, God, thank you for letting me go down that path. I have confidence to help a young woman or old woman, an older woman, you know? And so I just pray that, you know, if a person read my story and they connect to it, or they have daughters, or they have, you know, a husband, Lord Jesus, that's another book. That's the other.
I'll be a contributing author in that one.
Girl, have a husband that went astray, you know, walk in their purpose, and to let them know, don't look and focus on the brokenness, but focus on the beautifulness, because I have been broken beautiful. I've been broken beautiful. And no longer do lack of confidence, security in God, hope in salvation, and all that ugly past reside here to tell me I'm nothing and nobody. Because I am. And that little chapter, those 2005 words, because that was all we had. Lord Jesus, I can have 10,000 words and still never finish that chapter. But it was something to give me confidence to do seminars, to do workshops, and to really, really help a person, because there are people that I was working with, and you know this, Celena, and Carolyn, you know this too. A lot of them don't even know half of it till they read the book, and they still don't know that, Lord Jesus. And to Debbie Moore, oh my God. Debbie reached out to me. She said she was so proud of me. Lord Jesus, she saw me go through some stuff, but look at me now. Look at you, girl, now.
Yes. Let me get a close up. Hold up.
Get that snapshot, girl. How you like me now, Satan? Oh my God, my God.
You a mess.
So yeah, so there, beat the retreat, escaping the snares of the enemy. Because I would have definitely faced penitentiary. I wouldn't have never made it. Lord Jesus, I like freedom too much. You know, there's no telling where I would have been had God not been on my side. Thank you, Taylor Faith.
She said, "This is good."
Oh, yes, I am trying my best to create space for people. You know, living that life. And oh, you know what, Celena? I had to go to my grandkids. My grandkids didn't know any of that. And they're 21, 20, and 18. They didn't know any of that. Could you imagine being a pastor and your grandchildren looking up to you like you this God figure? And then you have to share that. I had to have confidence, Celena, that they'll still love their grandmother, that they'll still see God in me when they read that chapter. I was afraid. I'm telling you the truth. I was so afraid. My daughter knew a little bit. She was 9 years old. I would have left a 9-year-old daughter until she was 20 had God's grace not stepped in. And I had to go to them. I got them all together. And the first one, I went to Mitri because I know he was the most maturest one. And I said, I need you to read this rough draft. And he read that. And he looked at me. He was like, wow. He said, tell it. I'm going to talk to somebody. Tell it. Tell that story. Get confidence that your story will bless somebody. Have confidence in yourself that greater is he that's within you than he that's in the world. I even went to, a part of that book. I don't know if y'all read it. A part of that book, I call it The Cougar and the Cub. I even had to, kind of share with the Cubs family. Hey, look, this book is coming out with Jesus. So yeah, I had to have confidence that somebody was going to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, fear. Preaching all day. Powerful, but scared. No confidence. No confidence. That's because the chatter that was going on in my spirit, in my ear, and even the unforgiveness in my heart, because I still was being convicted, Celena. Condemnation was still rising up in me that, I wasn't free. And I mean, many years ago, like, I remember when the Cub was released from prison, I was living down the street, and I was like, I gotta ask for forgiveness, and I did. And Lord Jesus, this been, I don't know, 15 years ago, and I asked for forgiveness, and he was like, you didn't do anything. I made my choice. I was like, you were 17, almost 18, and I'm almost 29. But I still didn't have confidence for the last 20 plus years that he really forgave me. You know what I'm saying? And so that stuff was, trickling in my heart. And so when Tess asked me to write the book, I didn't know what I was going to talk about because there's so many chapters. Oh,
so many chapters.
So much hot tea. Woo! Jesus. So.
Oh, God.
Gotta split
Spill it. Spill it.
There was so many chapters. But those young ladies that's in drug rehab, and I can't say who they are and where they are, but those ladies that was in drug rehab really helped me have the confidence to know this is a story I need to talk about, because I was helping them every day because they come to the King's Kitchen, And so I was helping them every day, and I didn't even have the confidence to tell them why I had a love for them the way I did, and why I had a love for outreach in prison ministry. People just thought, oh, she's just doing a good thing, but they didn't know the depths of where that love came from for women in prison and women who was on drugs. And let me tell you something. There are some right here in my little town in Bay St. Louis that, let me see, what's the good? Well, I'm gonna just be real, that we just gave drugs to get money. We didn't care. It was, to pay that note on that house, pay that note on that luxury Mercedes. And it ain't the one I'm driving now. That one is not the one. We didn't care. And I
just
had to
to
go
keep
back
up
to
that lifestyle.
yeah, that lavish lifestyle that I was talking about. I had to go back, Celena, 10 years ago and tell all those women I was so sorry and to please forgive me. And I thank God for his mercy and his grace, because now I'm going back to minister to those same women.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank God he's given me a level of respect from them. You know, they could look down at me and say, yeah, you preaching, but yeah, yeah,
I
whatever.
remember. Yeah, you
I
used to be my
remember.
supplier.
Right, right. And so I just thank God that, we went through that and got all of that out in this chapter. And I'm excited about the next book, the real book.
The one that you're going to be the author of.
Yes, it's coming. I couldn't get to that book
Without this one.
without this chapter. Yes, because,
Mm-hmm.
it's layers. Just like it takes confidence, it's layers to get you up, to get your confidence up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so for a book, it's chapters and chapters and chapters to get that book out. And so I thank God for that. You never know what's really lying dormant until you start writing. So if you guys are watching Conversation with Celena and you want to write a book, get ready. Just get ready. And don't think that it's going to come easy, because those 2005 words, I thought it would just rip my heart to pieces, because I lived that. Kelly, I laid on her sofa many days, Kelly Singleton, and cried, because she was right there with me with that. Her sister Veronica, just see me cry. And like I said earlier, Pastor Mike and his wife, I had to sit down with them and just tell them, I just want to share something with y'all. Because I did not want them to know. Not that God wouldn't have showed them. They don't care about my past or anything like that. But I wanted to share the depths of my love for women, and women that's in jail and coming out of jail, and women that's on drugs, and women that have a mate as a drug lord, and that think that the life of being with a man that's dealing drugs, that's a life of hell. And partaking and investing that demonic spirit to push a person to live wrong. You know, that's my passion. That's my God-given passion. And I want to tell you something. You know what gives me joy and love? To share just a little bit with those women. And I'm going to buy books and give all those women that come out of those rehabs and that I was able to minister to. And I thank God Pastor Mike give me a ministry to be able to, give me the availability to minister to those women and trust me to minister to those women. Now what gives me great joy is that when I was sharing just a little bit, I can see them striving to get free.
Mm-hmm.
And living a promiscuous life. I want to help somebody. I was promiscuous, but now I'm in pastoral. From promiscuous to pastor, who would ever thought such a thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had my little group. I had my little tribe that knew a little bit something about me. I kind of, was under the radar, but God knew it all, and He
Yeah.
healed me and delivered me.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So my greatest joy now is to go back and help somebody not go down that path. And if they went down that path because of grace, right? If they
Mm-hmm.
went down, or if they're going down, my ministry is to get them back on the straight and narrow, to remind them, not all the time will you escape that, because some of the snares that we get trapped in,
Mm-hmm.
we won't listen to God say, stop, 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 stop.
Yeah.
Don't get in that vehicle. Because had I gotten that vehicle, it would have been 10 years, day for day.
This story would have turned out differently.
10 years, day for
Mm.
day. So, anyway, enough tea for tonight.
Whew. Yes, feel some
I
tea,
don't
but
think you
this
were,
don't help some.
were
Huh?
you ready? Were you ready for that?
Baby, I don't even know if I was ready for that. But I receive it. Because let me tell you something. I was talking about being great right where you were born. And
Mm,
see, you're able to minister to those ladies and they're able to receive you. They are not throwing up, oh, I remember when. You're going to have some, like we talk about, throw that shade and not going
right.
to. But the majority, you can bless them right
Oh,
where you are. You could be great right where you are. And
that
every
is so true.
day, you're being great because you're serving the homeless, you're
Yes.
reaching out to the ones that's on drugs. And
Yes.
I mean, just look where you've come from.
Oh, thank you for
On the
encouraging.
way to where you going.
That's right, girl.
Ah, yes. Let's see here. She says, I needed to hear this. Thank you, Pat.
Oh, thank you. I pray it bless you.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So I know that, and you may have already said this, but when you were talking about writing this book and then the confidence between the comparison between
Mm,
other people, what pushed you right past that comparison? Because I know for me, and I'm just thinking, I don't always feel like anybody wants to hear what I have to say. That's that negative self talk. But
yeah.
because of you, because of the people that continue to show up and to share, I'm
Mm,
like, yes, someone does want to hear. So
that's
we're
true.
here tonight to say Pastor Connie was caught up in a comparison trap with the other
Yes,
authors.
that's true.
Yeah, but you can't, your lens have to change, your
True.
perception has to change. It's like you can't run this race looking to the side, you're gonna fall.
That's
You got
right.
to run this race with your head and forward and in your own lane, not comparing yourself to anyone else, because just on this segment you've already blessed someone. This is your first interview of
Yes.
many about your contributing story toward In Command that's already a bestseller. So
Thank you.
I know, and it's just the beginning, like I said. But had you given in to
Yes.
that fear, had you given in to, I'm not as good as the doctor, the lawyer, the this, the that, they got their own audience
That's
and
right.
you got yours. And so I'm thankful that we were able to push through
Well,
them late nights. We were
yes.
able to push through.
Woo-hoo. We had so many late nights of crying and laughing and to be able to push through. But Celena, if I could expound, if you allow me to expound on that comparison, you had a segment about the comparison trap. Let me tell you, I had a hard time. I'm just being honest, and Tess could tell you, Kelly could tell you, and you could even say. But there were some times that you and I didn't even talk because I was so deep in such a dark place because I'm not a doctor. I'm not educated like some of the writers or the authors, and I didn't have the business. I don't have the money, and because I knew just a little bit about them, being test coach and different things, because I was kind of peeping and looking up their stuff on Facebook. I got, I started comparing myself, and I was like, oh no, and they wrote books before, and they have degrees and all this stuff. And so I called Tess one night, and I was like, no, I can't do this one. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be shamed. I'm gonna be embarrassed. I can have talk, have speak, have, but my confidence level just dropped, and I started comparing myself to what I couldn't do because what they were doing. And that's why I said several times, I was like, deuces, don't want to do it. peace. You know how I always say that? Peace. And your girl is out. I was saying that because I was looking at their story and comparing, and looking at, and I don't even know their story. We would have meetings, like, and we would share just a little bit about our story and a little bit about who we are and what we do. And I'm sitting up here saying I'm broke, busted, and partly disgusted, and I don't. Everything was I don't. And that was a comparison, and I had to get over that through talking to you. And like I say, some nights and some days I couldn't even share with you because I was so infested with
Mm-hmm.
doubt and disbelief and comparing myself to where I didn't have the confidence. But I like to say this: you have to have a tribe. Tess was right there with me. Kelly was right there with me. Pastor Mike, Lady Terry, they were right there with me. You have to have a tribe to
You
pull
have to.
yourself out of comparing yourself to someone else and not feeling good enough or worthy enough to tell your story because it's your story. And
Mm-hmm.
Tess told me this, and she told all of us contributing authors, it's your story. Tell it
Tell it.
and
Because
stand
only you
on
can
it.
tell it.
Stand on it. Not just be in your story or be your story, but to stand on your story. And I got the confidence, like I said, in the yesterday. Let me tell you, I was at the doctor's. Yeah, I had to go and go to the doctor. I had some stuff I had to go do. And let me tell you something. When I was there, when I was like, forget y'all, and I was nice, nasty. I'm telling you the truth. Taylor's saying something. I was like, forget it. And in the nurse overheard me on the phone, Celena,
Mm-hmm.
saying, y'all go ahead, y'all can have it. I'm just done with it. And she knows me, and she wasn't like eardropping, but it was kind of like I was like on the phone. I was like, y'all go ahead. I got some stuff I need to do. I got stuff I gotta go to the kitchen. I was like, deuces, bye. Thank y'all. Have a nice day. And I even called you and told you a little bit, I was like, and trying to keep from crying. And I was in there just crying. And the next thing the nurse said, Miss Connie, she said, I want to hear about that book. She said, no, don't give up. She said, all that you've been through, just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a tribe of people. You have to have a community of support. And even Taylor Faith, all the way in, Arizona, she even told me, Mama Connie, no, you know. And so you gotta have that tribe. You gotta have that community. You gotta have, if it's just one person, but
If it's just one person.
if it's just one person.
Because the others will come when they're
Yeah.
needed. They
So
will
and
come
then
whenever they're needed.
when you invited me, and this is so crazy. Oh my God, Celena, you invited me to be on today before we even knew the book was going to be released. It was months ago, right? And so I even tried to get out of that. I was like, remember, I was like, no, we can do it later.
Yeah. And matter of fact, what we were going to talk about, since we already on here,
Yes,
throwing that shade
throwing that
and
shade.
belittling, like we even do it to ourselves.
We do.
People will call your stuff little in a minute. Like I had somebody, how you liking your little house?
Yeah.
Oh, how's it going on your little job? Or, it's just like, why does it have to be little? Why do you have to demeanor almost other people's
Yes.
stuff? Just omit that word and say, oh, I love your house. How's that job going? I know it's a
Right.
blessing. Why is it that we say it and we allow other people? So we were actually supposed to have the segment on like the
Yes.
power of those words. People
Yes.
almost lose their life over the words that they choose to speak. So you have to be careful what you say to people, not just
You're
how you
right.
say it, but you got to be
Mhm.
careful what you say
Right.
and how you say it,
That is
because
so true.
man, that's what it was supposed
Yeah.
to be about, those words.
And you
Hmm.
know what? the power of those words. It even happened with the lack of confidence because, when I was telling people, it was a book. They were like, a book, a chapter. That's not a book. You're not an author. Yes, you are a contributing author. If you write anything and it's in the book and it goes to be published, you're an author. But people was like, just a chapter, like saying that little old stuff.
That
So
just that's
yeah,
another one. Oh, I'm just a nurse, or I'm
yes,
just a teacher. Man, those are two hard jobs right
it
there that
is.
not many people can do. So there's no reason to downplay what you do. You have to
Right.
have the confidence in you, because you don't want somebody coming in to take your blood that's like, oh well, I'm just a nurse. I just went to nursing school. No, that is a hard thing to complete.
That's right.
You have to overcome a lot to become a nurse or a teacher or whatever. So once you become who you are in that process, it's like, be proud of it, because I found myself saying that about my degree when
Hmm.
I did go get it. Oh, it's just, or oh, I had to. I'm not doing that anymore. I am who I say I am, and it's not little. It's not little, and
That's
it's
right.
not a just. I'm just a. I am Celena. Matter of fact, I asked him. I said, I need you to make me a shirt. She said, what do you need to say? I am Celena.
That's right.
And so we decided it's going to be I am Celena, and I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet
That's right.
because, I am what I say I am. And I want everyone, all of us, to attract what is good, what is intended for us to have. And it starts with you. It starts with your thoughts. It
Hmm.
starts with the confidence. Because I looked up the other day, like, confidence, and it really kind of replaced the word faith. That
Hmm.
is having the confidence. That's what faith is, having the confidence of
Yes.
things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, I never really thought of it that way. So, I'm just excited. I'm excited. And I was looking at your bio. I get so tickled sometimes. We get online and you plan for it to go one way, and before you know it, we already in the segment. But I just want to read a little bit of this, if you don't mind.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is out of the book In Command. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh my God, this is our baby. Look at that. Hey,
Hi,
sunshine, my sweet Pastor Connie. He
oh, I
says, I
love you,
miss you.
Dominique. I miss you too. We have so many great days. We're gonna get together soon.
Yes, yes. We're going to have to come down there. All right. So this says, Pastor Connie Lyons has been a minister for 12 years. She is a dynamic woman of God, mentor, sister, and friend. She surrendered to God's calling on February 14th, 2003, and ordained to pastor on December 28th, 2008. Pastor Lyons is under the leadership of Dr. Mike Ramsey and Lady Terry Ramsey at Central Bible Church located in Bay St. Louis. She is an outreach pastor at the King's Kitchen, and together they are feeding and clothing the homeless and assisting in finding shelter while guiding them to a Bible-based ministry. Presently, she is on WMAJ Rejoice 104.3 FM, where she is the radio director of ministries and founder/speaker of Under the Olive Tree with Connie Lyons. She is a faithful member of the Ministers Alliance of Sisters on One Accord. And so I just wanted to read some of that so that you could hear
Oh,
who you are, not in comparison to someone else.
yes.
Your story, your life is amazing. The
Thank you.
things that you have accomplished are amazing in spite of in
Thank
spite of what started to transpire when you were 12, when you were a child, whatever happened when you were 16,
you.
because we can't tell it all, but what
Right.
happened play by play, year by year, and
Mm,
this is who you have become.
right.
You are what God says you are. So there's no reason to be ashamed, but to be confident, no
Yeah.
matter who does what next to you. This is your race. This is your
Thank
walk.
you.
This is your lane. So I'm so excited for you because I know this is the first, even though you're saying you were a contributing author,
Mhm.
this got you out the gate. Like you,
Yes.
boom, it's time to go now. Now you are connected. See, it's a time and it's a season. So now you're connected with the people that you need to be connected with
Yes.
for your book. You know the process. You can help other women write their book.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, I don't know if Fanny's still on here, but Lasagna, I'm sorry. Lasagna put one day, what is it? Whoever's connected to me will win. I said,
Mhm.
girl, we all connected, right? Because that's what you want. You want to
That's
be
right.
connected to the winners.
That's true.
Not to say anything about people that may not be doing anything, but you can't stay in that bucket with them crabs if you want to go
That's
somewhere.
so true. Oh
You
my
know, you can't. You can go back and try to grab one if they want to come, but sometimes they don't want to come. They like being in that bucket. I'm not trying to be in the bucket anymore. Y'all know I done said over and over. I've been in the corner, curled up in the fetal position, in the dark or in the bed for a very long time. I don't know where it's going. I just know I'm on this journey and I'm excited about it. I'm excited
Amen.
about it. So, because I'm connected, why did this journey turn around for me? I'm trying to say, I'm connected to you. I'm connected to other people on this journey that have encouraged me, that still support me, even when I feel like I'm not doing this anymore, you know? But I mean, I'm like you. I might not be like Deuces, but I really do be like Deuces. I'm out. I'm over. And here you come. Lean bean. Lean bean. Girl, I done told you. And I'm like, I done.
Spill the tea on me. Spill the tea.
Yes, yes. I get a whooping. That's what I get.
Oh my God. I love you, Ling Bing. You're
In a
amazing.
loving type of way. Dominique says you're a powerhouse.
Oh, thank you, Dominique.
That's a powerful bio. And I
Thank
stopped, but
you,
I
Tina
wanted
Fey.
you to hear it being read about you. Not
Thank
that that's
you.
the first time, but there's no reason for us to get caught up. And we do it. And
And
why do
we
we
do
do
it.
it? Because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be in that Debbie down, I'm
Yes.
not good enough. It's not for me. I've done so
Mhm.
much. But see, you're shedding the light. I have my own stuff I'm shedding the light on. You pulled back the band-aid on something
Yes.
that you have been not disclosing for
Mhm.
years,
Mhm.
and
Years.
and we're witnessing the power that it has to be free from that. It's not always hurtful tears. It's tears to be like, oh my God, I
Yes.
made it.
Yes.
I made it through. I didn't
Ooh,
go to prison. I made it through. I didn't end up dead. I made it through
thank
this
you, Lord.
storm, and I'm taking it and I'm helping someone else along the way. That's what
Yes.
your story is doing. It is blessing others.
Thank you, Celena.
Mm-mm-mm. Look at them. He said, this is so confirmation for me.
Yes, Dominique. Do it.
Just do it.
Have confidence. Do it. Don't look back.
Don't look back and don't worry
Jump
about what them.
in and don't swim back to shore. Just dive into it.
Just dive in, and when you get ready to swim back, just call somebody.
Yes, we're going to push you further out.
We're gonna throw you right on back up in there, and it doesn't feel good. It
No.
doesn't feel good because you feel like you're exposing people. Just like when you have to come and talk to your
Right.
children, you had to sit your children down and
Yes.
say, this is what I did. This
Yes.
is what happened. And I've done the same exact thing. And I tell you, every time I go and ask them to forgive me, it's like the first time. It's like, I'm doing, it hurts. It really,
Yeah. Yeah. It really
but
hurts.
it is necessary. Surgery hurts. I ain't heard nobody say never that surgery
That's
don't hurt.
good. Ooh, I love that.
Yes. And look, where's the anesthesiologist? Where is he? Because they ain't
That
nowhere
is
around when
so
I
good.
need him.
I love it.
Yes, but that's what's happening.
Surgery hurts, girl.
Oh well, Lord, let me see here. Pour me some.
Girl, yeah.
I'm almost out.
Surgery hurts. You know,
Yes, it,
I picked this cup, Celena. I bought this cup right when I knew I was gonna write that book, and this cup say "Watch the Queen Conquer." I bought this, and because I knew I had to go through what I had to go through, and that it was gonna be through confidence in God and friends. That you know what, y'all gonna watch me conquer. This queen is going to conquer all that stuff that she went through, and I was going to conquer that mess. So
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that's why I chose that, and I bought my real pretty royal teapot because I knew this hot tea was not gonna be it just just.
Yes, and the cussing pastor, we're gonna
And
have to
that
repent.
cussing pastor, girl, that pastor was cussing through that book.
She's gonna have to repent, baby.
Girl,
Spill
I had
the
to
tea.
repent.
You
Look,
knew in the beginning you was
girl,
gonna have to come spill the tea.
babe, let me tell you something. It was so bad I had to call Pastor Mike. I was like, Pastor Mike, you can take the keys. I can't fit this. I can't do this. Oh my God. I went on a cussing spree. I was like, take the keys. I'm not worthy. I mean, it was that my confidence, it fell to that point to where I wanted to give up being a pastor. Girl, that stuff is real.
It's real.
When you get to the point where you so low and you don't have confidence and you fall off, and you get into a dark place, that lack of confidence will cause you to throw in the towel. I'm telling you, I literally called him and told Lady Terry, y'all can
Take the
take the
keys.
keys, I'm done. I'm not a good pastor. I'm not good. I'm up here cursing and not ooh.
Oh gosh. And I tell you what, when you're an expert at cussing, it comes back so naturally because you had me on the floor. I was like, oh my
Girl, then it was when I tell you, when you open up that door, when
open
I
it
opened
up.
up that door, it went from 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, and finally I had to call Pastor Mike. I said, pray for me. I'm talking about I was bawling, crying to him.
Look,
You
Pastor,
know
I've
what?
been on a cussing spree.
Oh,
Pray for me.
I've
That's
been on a cussing spree. Pray for me. And then you know what? I thank God for them because Pastor Mike and his wife, when I tell you any other pastor probably would have kicked me out because let me tell you something. It was like people heard me, right? In the King's Kitchen, right? And it was like, and it doesn't matter if it's one word. We always say like this little bitty word. Because I say this one little bitty word, but that little bitty word is devastating. You know what I'm saying? And had that not been cut out of me, and delivered, it could have really caused a mess. But Pastor Mike is so much compassion and prayed for me and said, you know what? God didn't say now if that's what you want to do, Connie, you could just throw in the towel and give up. But God didn't say that, you know. And did you get yourself right? You repent and you apologize and you get yourself right. And that's what confidence does. He had confidence in God's calling on my life and
right,
in
right.
me. And then I got the confidence that I had such a forgiving pastor and such a ministry of grace, because that's what we believe in at our church, at Central Bible Church. And that I had a pastor and a wife that were, we call it coaching, but I call it counseling in love, that
Mm-hmm.
counseled me, you know, that I got counseled, you know what I'm saying, to get me back on track. And
Mm-hmm.
but it all started with writing a book and losing confidence and getting frustrated and aggravated,
Mm-hmm.
and so to this day now I can laugh at it. I remember one night you say, "Ooh, you been cussing, sister." Spill the tea, spill the
Girl, it was hilarious because it
tea.
caught me so off guard. I was like, whoo, and baby,
I was so mad telling that story. I was so mad at myself for allowing myself to go down that dark path and bring somebody with me, you know. And so
Mm-hmm.
the enemy was loving it, Celena. The enemy was just eating it up. But I'm confident now, baby. God has delivered me from that demon, that cursing demon.
Oh God.
I am free. When I tell you, I took the keys. I had like, I don't know, I must have about 20 keys to the church. I took the whole lanyard off my neck and was like, come get the keys. He was at home, girl, tending to some business. And here I am just wildly crying.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, this has been so inspiring. And I know that one thing I know for sure, we all have a story. Now, we may not all be authors. We may
Right.
not all have the opportunity to write it as a contributing author, as the main author, but we all have a story.
That's right.
And
That's
you
right.
have just been transparent to tell
Thank you.
us, don't expect a garden of roses.
That's right.
Expect to go through surgery. Expect to go through feeling like you're not as good as the next person.
That's
The
right.
expectation. See, we always see the end outcome, the book signing, the
Yes.
bestseller, the what is this? The interviews. We see
Right.
the end result, but we don't see the process. So
Yes.
you're shedding light on the process because I know I'm connected with people who are also supposed to write books, and they
Yes.
need to see this to say you're gonna feel like you're not worthy. You're
Yes.
gonna feel like, oh, it's for her. I'm not gonna be able to do that. But yes, you can,
Yes, you
because
can.
your story needs to be told.
That's right.
You need to start writing it down
Right.
now.
That's
I
right.
wish I would have been obedient and started journaling years ago because my book would already be like written up until
But
this.
it's not too late.
It's not too late. So, and once you start writing, things start to come back to your
That's
memory
true.
that
That's
you
true.
have forgotten because the body remembers what sometimes the
Mhm.
mind wants to forget, but
Mhm,
it'll come
girl.
back because it's stored in there.
Say it, baby. It
That,
will
that's
be.
another topic for another
That's
day. That the body
another
remembers.
topic, girl. You got to get me back on one day.
That the body remembers. Yes, indeed. But
Thank
I
you
have
so much.
enjoyed this, and
I
I
have
do
enjoyed it
hope
too. This
that
has been
this
an
is
hour of hour of power. I thank you for this. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to be transparent. And I promise God I will just tell the truth.
yeah.
And I want to
And
encourage
that's
people.
the part that's going to be a blessing. That's the part that people could see you being real. We might have got on here thinking we was cute, but before it's over, we ugly and crying
Ugly
and
girl,
sweating and
girl, makeup done, eyes all done, girl. Woo, just ugly, girl, just ugly.
mhm.
But I just pray somebody because what I got out of in command, what I really really got out of it is freedom, and to be empowered. I was able to be empowered by Tess, and others, and I was able to be free. And so I pray that from my story, others, like I say, my story may not be for anybody, but the other 16, I pray that they become empowered and free and able to look at their own story and stand on it. That's my
Stand up.
prayer. As we get ready to close, I just really pray that people stand on their story, deal with all the darkness, all the shade, and all the stuff that need to come out, all the gunk, because I couldn't get to the truth without getting all that gunk out. And a lot of that gunk, like I said, them cursing demons, girl, them cursing demons, they would just eat me up, them cursing demons. But once I got past that and had the confidence that God did heal me, deliver me, because that was anger built up and unforgiveness built up. And so now we are at where we at today. Yes.
And it's unforgiveness in a different form. Like
Yes.
you didn't even know that was there
I
because
didn't know it. No.
you don't know until
I
you
thought it
start.
was gone.
You thought it was gone.
I thought it was gone when I said it 15 years ago. I'm sorry, forgive me. I thought it was gone, but it wasn't. It was still lying dormant,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm. And you were able to write about it and
And I
go
was
through
able to
that
write about it.
process and share it with us. Let's see what Dominique is saying. He says, I know what you two are talking about. My olives are still being crushed, but I thank God I haven't given up just yet. I'm transitioning.
Woo! Oh, Dominique, that's amazing. And you
Yes.
know what? If we could speak on those crushed olives before Celena kick us off.
Look,
My
this
ministry.
says, honestly, the saints got on my nerves. Hold on, wait a minute. I can't even get through reading it. Nick is a mess. Honestly, the saints got on my nerves, but I must continue my assignment to serve. Pray much for me. That
I
is
got you. I got you, Nick. I got you. But because my ministry is under the olive tree, and I believe God gave me that because even when Jesus was going through so much, he sat under that olive tree in that prayer in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he was praying, right? And so I never forget. Pastor Jones told me something. He said, Connie, he said, because I was telling him God had gave me that, like, I don't know, some 20 years ago. And he said, I want you to do the study on the olives, do the study on the olive tree, do the study on the olive oil. And when I learned was that in order for the olive tree to come to maturity, it takes 7 years for it to be eaten, the olives. And then in order for it to come full maturity, it took 14 years. And then I had to study the olives go through a pressing, they get crushed. And so I did this analogy one time. I had an olive. I ate the olives. Had all the people to eat the olives, and I say, "How does it taste?" They say, "Bitter, salty, tough. That skin is tough." And then I had them to do a teaspoon of the olive oil. Well, how does this taste? Smooth. It's silky. It's sweet and it's soothing. And so go through your crushing, Nick. Go through your crushing. Those that are listening to Conversation with Celena, go through your crushings because that's what I had to go through. And you'll come out smooth, silky, and easy to go down in other people's spirit. So that's my little thing I like to close our conversation with.
that's awesome. Nick say, woo.
You sweet after the crushing. After try it, crush your olive, and then you get the oil. Do the difference between the olive and the oil. The olive is bitter and salty, but the oil is sweet and tender.
Wow, that is awesome. I want to I'm going to have to ask for forgiveness again because for some reason I don't have this down pat with the background, but I want to play this commercial again so people could see the book or at least put up the book, and then you can let me know how they can get it, where they can get it from. So I definitely want to end
Okay.
with that and put that in there. So I'm going to
Well, I can
hide.
share. I can share before you do the. They could go
Okay.
right now. It's still 99 cents on Amazon. They could do the ebook. The ebook is 99 cents, but the paperback, they can inbox me on Connie Lyons or Under the Olive Tree with Connie Lyons. I have 2 pages. They can inbox me on. Matter of fact, just excuse me, Connie Lyons. They can inbox me, and I can let them know how we're going to get the books. I have to order the books. It's going to take about 2 weeks. So, excuse me, we still going through trying to be number one bestseller. There it is. So they can get the ebook, but to get a paperback book and for me to sign it, then I could share with them. They can cash at me, and I'll share that. I just want them to inbox me. And thank you again, Celena, for having me on Conversations with Celena.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm still typing the banners. So, and what is your cash app?
My cash app is $ Olive Tree Ministry.
Ministry.
Hmm.
Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So let's see. I had this. So there. I will, by the next time I go live, would have figured out how to make the black background. All right, y'all. So there's the banner. So we have a comment. Oh, Dominique says awesome. Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you, Dominique.
Y'all are here with us. That's awesome. So I was able to get that as the background. You see it?
Yes.
So we're going to
Great
continue
job.
to work on that, because conversation with Celena, I have to tell you, people have been asking me to run ads and ad reads for them.
Great.
So I want to make sure that I'm able to do that successfully. I'm not sure why the background doesn't turn black, but we will get that worked out.
That's
And
right. Confidence.
I have confidence that we're going to have that worked out, and we will be able to run your ads or ad reads or commercials before, during, and after conversations with Celena, so that whether you catch it live or the replay, your information, whatever type of business, whatever type of event, we will be able to run that. So that was really a blessing to me to have people even ask me about running a commercial for them. So thank you so much. Alita says she downloaded it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So so yes, I have thoroughly enjoyed this, and we will have to do this again, ma'am.
Okay.
Maybe we keep our makeup on next time.
Yes.
But even if we don't, y'all just know when we come on, it is for real. For real.
For real.
Look at Dominique. Your gift is making room for you, Celena.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna make sure I'll get you to run an ad for Under the Olive Tree with Connie Lyons.
Most definitely.
Sunday morning, 8:45 on WMEJ 104.3 FM and AM 1190.
Okay. I will do it. I have that one, Cousins Creations. I have Coffee Talks with God. So we are going to have some advertisements going on. I'm super excited. I know, I cannot believe it, but it all started with what? The confidence to take that first step.
That's right. That's right.
So what's the saying? It says you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So take that first step, and then once you get into it and you get the rocking and shaking and having self-doubts, get connected with an energy source that's going to push you.
That's right.
Right on up. Push you and say, keep going. Push you and say, no, you're not about to stop. Push you and say, I have an investment in you. Because I know that's how you feel about us. You've invested all them late nights talking, encouraging. There is no way I need a return on my investment. You cannot stop. I need for you to keep going. My late nights will not be in vain. Telling you,
we spilling tea.
Look, you remember that night I redid that same video? You say you're gonna learn one day, and baby, I was so tired of that video. I couldn't watch it. But let me tell y'all something. It's not about perfection. Stop worrying about perfection because you will not get anything done
That is
trying to
so
make
true.
it perfect. Just go.
Just
Just
go.
start. Yes. So now I just go live. So y'all get what y'all get. Whatever
That's right.
bloopers, whatever mistakes, whatever I forgot. You don't know I forgot it. It's just me. I know, oops, I meant to say this or I meant to do that. Y'all don't know. So hey, a lot of times what we think other
Oh
people are
my
concerning
goodness.
themselves with, they don't even know.
That's right.
And they don't
That's
even notice. You just keep going and keep doing and stop doing all that self-critiquing
that's right.
and criticizing yourself and have the confidence that God has given you exactly what you need to be successful and do what it is that you need to do, including write your very first book and being a
That's right.
contributing author.
Thank
So
you.
congratulations to you and Tess Timms. And I cannot wait to finish because I've already started because I started with your story. Um, but I can't wait to go finish it. I have downloaded my copy and make sure that you get your copy. And if you don't know how to get it, inbox me or Connie Lyons and we will help you because
Yes.
I sent out quite a few yesterday and I can
Thank you. Thank
continue
you for
to hit
supporting me
send.
with that. Oh my
Oh
God,
no.
Amanda. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me with that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
thank you,
Anytime.
all the people that tune in and stayed with us throughout this time. You know, sometimes it just takes a little time to get through all that stuff to get your confidence built up. But thank you for staying there with us, Dominique, Celena, and our whoever else.
Alika
Alita,
and
yeah, whoever else was on. Thank you so much.
yes, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Taylor.
Carolyn
Taylor
Munn,
was on here. Taylor, Alita, Daniel was
Carolyn
on,
Munn,
Dion,
Lord Jesus.
Carolyn, Lasagna. We had quite a few. Miss Linda, Jeannie. Yes, thank you all so much. And be sure now, I made a commitment for 3:33 on Sundays to either
Yes.
go live or drop a video, but we will be live tomorrow. And there's a comedian
Wonderful.
who wants to have a conversation with Celena, but he's going to give us a little bit of a show. We ain't going to give too much, but we'll have a little bit of a show, a small segment. I'm getting to where I don't like little anymore. So it'll be a small segment of
That's
comedy
right.
on Sunday afternoon. I know football season is wrapping up, but if you can, please try to tune in. The replay is always available, but it would be so nice to be able to have a conversation with you along with him. And his name is comedian Mac Bacon Bits.
Okay.
I know,
I'll be
So
looking for that tomorrow.
yes, and let me see, did I put the commercial up of that one? I did not, but I will run it. I will run it. Look at this, y'all. I got to show you this. Look who was in the newspaper today.
Ah, congratulations.
Oh
Confidence.
my gosh. I sent
Congratulations.
Look, I sent Joshua to go get a paper copy. He was like, what do you need a paper copy? You know you can't. I had to shut him down.
That's right.
How old do you think I am? He didn't know I was in there, and that's why I was sending him. He just like, I don't understand why you sending me to go get a paper copy, because who reads a paper copy anymore? I know that's probably what he's thinking. And he's like, just download it. I said, just go get it. So he ended up going getting it. I have me a little paper copy. He came back with it.
That's
So
so awesome, Celena. Congratulations. Wow, your confidence level sure came way up.
yes, it did. Yes, it did. And I'm gonna be transparent that sometimes you get to wondering still, even when things are working out and moving forward, you're like, is this what don't be side eye me. I see you. You start to
That's
wonder,
true.
is this the right path? Am I going down the right road? Am I choosing the right things to talk about? Am I getting the right people on here? Because some people will say, girl, you just all over the place. Well, you know what? This is who I am. I'm all over the place.
Okay.
You can't call me an imitator. I'm not trying to imitate anybody else. Why? Because I'm all over the place. You're not
There
going
you
to come
go.
here You're not going to come here and find one topic. You're not going to come here and find me looking sad every day. You might get me one day where I'm sad, but I'm being transparent. You might get me one day and I'm like, oh, y'all, I'm super excited. But that's who I am. I'm being who I am. And if you don't like it, I make no apologies for it, because this is me coming out. I wasn't all over the place at some point in my life. Maybe I didn't experience some of these things that I'm experiencing now. So don't judge me. If
Go
I'm all
on
over the
somebody
place,
else's platform if they
look,
don't like it.
if I'm all over the place, guess what? I like it. That's what I choose to do.
Well,
You know,
I don't see it as all over the place. I see it as this is the place God had you at that particular time.
I'm
So just
sweating.
like
I'm gonna clear this
a
off.
newscast, someone that is a writer, someone that's information with resource media. They don't do the same story all the time. They may be here, may be there. So you just have confidence in what God called you to do and just do it.
What Nick? I don't know what Nick talk about. Oh, that. Hey, Margaret.
Hey,
He was talking to
Margaret.
Margaret. I missed that, and then I posted it on Facebook. What she posted? Oh, that's him talking to Margaret. Unapologetic. That is
That's
who I
right.
am. I mean, because really, and I know we about to close. We done closed about 3 times, but
Somebody needs to hear it.
somebody need to hear, because I find that along with the people help building my confidence,
Mhm.
you got the people over here trying to throw that shade. And so if I'm all over the place, maybe that's where God wants me, over here, over here, over here. One day we doing affirmations, next day we doing comedy. We
That's
crying
right.
tonight, we laughing tomorrow. That might draw people to say, hey, let's go
That's
see
true.
what she got going on.
That's
And
right.
so I can't worry about people saying you just all over the place.
Yeah.
Because guess what? This is my journey. And
That's
this girl
right.
been in the dark crying. You should be celebrating that I'm out and I'm all over the place, because
Right.
I'm
Right.
happy about doing what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Was
That's
happy to
right.
do the event. Because let me tell you something. Nick is awesome. Nick gave me so many shout outs the other day at the event that we did together. He was like, and thank you, Conversations with Celena. I
I
heard my
love
name
it.
so many times. I know. I was like, whoever would have thought that that was going to be a thing when you and I got on here? Because only had 3 people. You, Sean,
Yeah.
and Joshua, and then Benita. I'm like, Benita, hey, I need you to go log in. She's like, oh, girl, yeah, anytime. So then I moved up to 4, and now it's like it was
You
just
got a lot now, baby. You have a lot of people. That's amazing. There's more to come.
oh well, thank you, thank you. So look. I posted your newspaper article on Facebook. Thank you. Nick says, go as God leads you, Celena. Yes.
Amen.
Dancing for you. Han said, we gonna be partying on our book signing. So you have to let us know when you're gonna be signing books, where you're gonna be signing books. So
Okay.
Conversations with Celena can come live stream your book signing. How about that?
All right. Well, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. And that's gonna be the first of many.
All
Hey,
right. Thank
Sarah.
you.
She's so precious. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining, and we
Thank
will see
you,
you
everybody. Thank you.
tomorrow at 3:33. Make sure you get your book and then come back and give shout outs of how great it was, so that we can continue to encourage these authors and hopefully come to your book signing.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Y'all have a great night and keep it
Have a great
smiling.
one. Bye bye. Thank you
Bye.
again, Celena. Bye bye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank
Love you,
you.
mamita.
Love you too, Ling Bing.